I don't totally understand why um, people are choosing to listen to people who have no background in these issues. Hey, I love Joe Rogan. He's a funny guy and he's a great UFC commentator, but I'm pretty sure he's not an epidemiologist. I'm pretty sure he's not a virologist. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a degree in this sort of stuff. He didn't go to university to learn about this. So why are we choosing to listen to him over Dr. Fauci?
Okay, because in my take on this thing, and this is, we can leave it, but I mean, my take on this is the fact that on that side, there's also a whole bunch of doctors that have come out against all of it. And they have an MD, they have an MD on their name, or they have this, or they have that. A lot more of them are chiropractors, but I'm just saying a lot of doctors have come out with all the letters at the end of their name that are said, this is all bullshit. And that's where, if all the doctors on the planet were like, no, everyone get on board with this thing, but it's split. And that's what's
Well,
confusing people to me. That's what's confusing to me.
yeah,
Or to
I mean,
people, not to me, to people.
There are MDs and healthcare people who have a different view than the vast majority of the rest of the healthcare world. And
Sure.
those folks have been really amplified by social media and not just social media in and of itself, but there has been a purposeful amplification of their outlying opinions. But make no mistake, those are outlying opinions. The very vast majority of people understand. And the other thing that I think has really been missed in all of this is that, yeah, it's true. We're never going to eradicate this thing. It's endemic. It's here. The goal is not to stop every single case. The goal is to protect the capacity of the healthcare system. And that's really been missed in the narrative, is that, the goal of vaccination is to protect the healthcare system so that if you get hit by a bus, there's an ICU bed for you, so that there's doctors and nurses at the ER in the hospital who can handle you. That's what it's all about. And so that people can get the surgeries they need. And, part of this is and that's where the politics comes in, is that some of these decisions are not just individual, they're social decisions, and people have different views on individualism and libertarianism, and that's okay. And that's where I think the disconnect is, that people don't understand that choosing to vaccinate is not just about protecting you, it's about protecting everybody, which then comes back and protects you. And there are people that don't get that and choose, they legitimately don't get that. It's like, I'm all about me. I'm going to look after my own, my own self, my own family, and that's it.
Yeah, and Joe's taken. There's a whole bunch of other takes. And my immune system is enough. I mean, what do you say to my immune system is enough? Let's remove.
How do you know? 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 You don't know until you know.
I want to make this point, Sam, as that I want to make, and that I made last week is this: you don't know. I had a relatively calm COVID experience, to tell you the truth. Mine has all been post. All my shit has been post. You know this. All my stuff has been post. Everyone's like, I'll be fine. I already had COVID, or I'm going to get over it. I get it. But you have no clue how you're going to react to it if you do get it. And there's this like, well, let's just all get COVID and then we'll be fine. But it could really hurt you.
Let me give you a couple of an experience that's happened to me a couple of times as an ER doc, where, you get people who have a legitimate belief that vaccinations are unnecessary. So they don't vaccinate their children. They choose not to do that. So they don't give them the pertussis vaccine for whooping cough, right? So, or smallpox or whatever, all the ones, measles, mumps, rubella, they just, for whatever reason, don't believe in vaccines. And my opinion is they're badly misinformed. But okay, they choose not to do that. And it's all good until their kid gets whooping cough. And then they show up in the ER and they look at me and they say, do something, help my kid, fix him or her. He's suffering. He could die. And my answer is, my answer in my head, not what I say to them. My answer is, you missed the boat. That's why there is a vaccine, because there is nothing to do once you get it and you're here. And that's why we vaccinate, because once we're here, there is nothing to do. And so rolling the dice that you're going to be the whatever 80% of people that have a case that's not a big deal and you're totally fine, you don't know if you're the one who's going to end up in ICU. You don't know if you're the one there. And once you do, there's very little that we can do as healthcare people to save you or fix you or make you better, because the only tool we have is the vaccine that has to be given upstream. And so it's like people don't get that. And I really don't know how to explain that to people. And some people are just like, hey, you know what? Okay, great. I understand. And I'm going to take the chance. And yeah, 85, 90% of people in ICU today, all over the world, are unvaccinated people. And pretty much all of them are saying, damn, give me that vaccine. And the ICU docs are like, yeah,
Or
sure, but it's a little late.
fix me with this stuff, and then you're like, what do you want to know what's in this stuff? No, 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 just
No,
fix me.